with the cuts on deck. Make the open feel like a goal line check. Pass pop louder when the beat drop in. Every fan in the chat like lock us in. Cold night bowls, warm glow on the face. We got legends in the clips, but we're setting the pace. From the chains on the field to the chains in the mix. We measure every yard with these stories we fix. Old take, new tech, same chill in your chest. You can hear that band, you can smell that grass. From the first voice echo in a little kid's room to a million streams shaking every living room. We ain't changed the soul, we just changed the route. Same game, new way, let the snowman shout. From AM dreams to stream kings, hey, we bring that bang, you feel that ring. Old school hard in the new school thing. Snowman run the yard every playoff game. Turn it up, let the booth go wild. From the south side bedroom to the nationwide dial. This that hit when the kickoff swings from AM dreams to stream kings. Southside static, tiny room, big sky, that voice cut through. First time I heard the fight, crowd in the speaker, cold wind on the glass. One call, one quarter, I knew this feeling would last. Old school dial, hand on the knob, painted in my mind like a sideline job. Wayne on the waves, every place so clear. Turn that little south side room in the front row here. Fast forward, I'm the one on the call. Got a crew on the headset, we're answering the ball. Dr. K with the vision, reason feel like a scheme. Victor locking in the sound, clean routes to your screen. From AM dreams to stream kings, we bring that bang, you feel that ring. Old school hard in a new school thing. Snowman run the yard every playoff game. Turn it up, let the booth go wild. From the south side bedroom to the nationwide dial. This that here when the kickoff swings from AM dreams to stream kings. You streams to stream kings. Big dog Shane with the cuts on deck. Make the open feel like a goal line check. Pass pop louder when the beat drop in. Every fan in the chat like lock us in. Cold night bowls, warm glow on the face. We got legends in the clips, but we're setting the pace. From the chains on the field to the chains in the mix. We measure every yard with these stories we fix. Old take, new tech, same chill in your chest. You can hear that band, you can smell that grass. From the first voice echo in a little kid's room to a million streams shaking every living room. We ain't changed the soul, we just changed the route. Same game, new way, let the snowman shout. From AM dreams to stream kings, hey, we bring that bang, you feel that ring. Old school hard in the new school thing. Snowman run the yard every playoff game. Turn it up, let the booth go wild. From the south side bedroom to the nationwide dial. This that hit when the kickoff swings from AM dreams to stream kings. To stream kings. Southside static, tiny room, big sky, that voice cut through. First time I heard the fight, crowd in the speaker, cold wind on the glass. One call, one quarter, I knew this feeling would last. Old school dial, hand on the knob, painted in my mind like a sideline job. Wayne on the waves, every place so clear. Turn that little south side room in the front row here. Fast forward, I'm the one on the call. Got a crew on the headset, we're answering the ball. Dr. K with the vision, reason feel like a scheme. Victor locking in the sound, clean routes to your screen. From AM dreams to Stream Kings, we bring that bang, you feel that ring. Old school hard in a new school thing. Snowman run the yard every playoff game. Turn it up, let the booth go wild. From the south side bedroom to the nationwide dial. This, that, here, when the kickoff swings from AM dreams to Stream Kings. You streams to Stream Kings. Big dog Shane with the cuts on deck. Make the open feel like a goal line check. Pass pop louder when the beat drop in. Every fan in the chat like lock us in. Cold night bowls, warm glow on the face. We got legends in the clips, but we're setting the pace. From the chains on the field to the chains in the mix, we measure every yard with these stories we fix. Old take, new tech, same chill in your chest. You can hear that band, you can smell that grass. From the first voice echo in a little kid's room to a million streams shaking every living room. We ain't changed the soul, we just changed the route. Same game, new way, let the snowman shout. From AM dreams to Stream Kings, hey, we bring that bang, you feel that ring. Old school hard in a new school thing. Snowman run the yard every playoff game. Turn it up, let the booth go wild. From the south side bedroom to the nationwide dial. This, that, hit when the kickoff swings from AM dreams to Stream Kings. To Stream Kings. Southside static, tiny room, big sky, that voice cut through. First time I heard the fight, crowd in the speaker, cold wind on the glass. One call, one quarter, I knew this feeling would last. Old school dial, hand on the knob, painted in my mind like a sideline job. Wayne on the waves, every place so clear. Turn that little south side room in the front row here. Fast forward, I'm the one on the call. Got a crew on the headset, we're answering the ball. Dr. K with the vision, reason feel like a scheme. Victor locking in the sound, clean routes to your screen. From AM dreams to Stream Kings, we bring that bang, you feel that ring. Old school hard in a new school thing. Snowman run the yard every playoff game. Turn it up, let the booth go wild. From the south side bedroom to the nationwide dial. This, that, here when the kickoff swings from AM dreams to Stream Kings. You streams to Stream Kings. Big dog Shane with the cuts on deck. Make the open feel like a goal line check. Pass pop louder when the beat drop in. Every fan in the chat like lock us in. Cold night bowls, warm glow on the face. We got legends in the clips, but we're setting the pace. From the chains on the field to the chains in the mix, we measure every yard with these stories we fix. Old take, new tech, same chill in your chest. You can hear that band, you can smell that grass. From the first voice echo in a little kid's room to a million streams shaking every living room. We ain't changed the soul, we just changed the route. Same game, new way, let the snowman shout. AM dreams, the Stream Kings, hey, we bring that bang, you feel that Let the booth go wild from the south side bedroom to the nationwide dial. It's that hit when the kickoff swings from AM Dreams to Stream Kings. To Stream Kings.
100 seconds. 100 seconds.
Southside static, tiny room, big sky, that voice cut through. First time I heard the fight, crowd in the speaker, cold wind on the glass, one call, one quarter, I knew this feeling would last. Old school dial, hand on the knob, painted in my mind like a sideline job. Wayne on the waves, every place so clear, turn that little south side room in the front row here. Fast forward, I'm the one on the call, got a crew on the headset, we're answering the ball. Dr. K with the vision, reason feel like a scheme, Victor locking in the sound, clean routes to your screen. From AM Dreams to Stream Kings, we bring that bang, you feel that ring. Old school heart in a new school thing. Snowman run the yard every playoff game. Turn it up, let the booth go wild from the south side bedroom to the nationwide dial. This that heat when the kickoff swings from AM Dreams to Stream Kings. You streams to Stream Kings. Big dog Shane with the cuts on deck. Make the open feel like a goal line check. Hands pop louder when the beat drop in. Every fan in the chat like lock us in. Cold night bowls, warm glow on the face. We got legends in the clips, but we're setting the pace. From the chains on the field to the chains in the mix. We measure every yard with these stories we fix. Old tape, new tech, same chill in your chest. You can hear that band, you can smell that grass. From the first voice echo in a little kid's room to a million streams shaking every living room. We ain't changed the soul, we just changed the route. Same game, new way, let the snowman shout. From AM Dreams to Stream Kings, hey, we bring that bang, you feel that ring. Old school heart in a new school thing. Snowman run the yard every playoff game. Turn it up, let the booth go wild from the south side bedroom to the nationwide dial. It's that hit when the kickoff swings from AM Dreams to Stream Kings.
From Baton Rouge, Louisiana, inside the Pete Maravich Assembly Center and from the Snowman Multimedia Studios, where the lights burn bright and the SEC writes its own history. Tonight, a top 10 collision between third-ranked South Carolina and sixth-ranked LSU. Two powers chasing conference supremacy, chasing top seeds, and they're both chasing the defending champion UConn Huskies. The Gamecocks bring discipline, depth, and championship DNA. The Tigers defend their home floor, fueled by the roar of the Pete Maravich Assembly Center and the scoring punch of Flau'jae Johnson. Talent, pride, positioning. Snowman Multimedia Sports presents NCAA Women's Basketball. Tonight, it's number 3 South Carolina and number 6 LSU from the Pete Maravich Assembly Center in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and the clash starts right now. The following is a presentation of Snowman Multimedia Sports. Tonight from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and the Pete Maravich Assembly Center, it's the South Carolina Gamecocks, ranked 3rd in the nation, taking on the LSU Tigers, ranked 6th in the nation. South Carolina comes in with a record of 24-2, while the LSU Tigers come in with a record of 22-3. And good evening, everybody. My name is Brian Snow. Happy to bring this to you. And, man, I hope you're ready for this, Donnybrook, as we are tonight, as these two teams, both recent champions, South Carolina 2024, LSU 2023, they bring the heritage, they bring the discipline, and they bring the championship DNA. But both of these teams are chasing UConn, which picked up a big win today. How will these two teams fare tonight as they lock horns and get ready to lock in from the Pete Maravich Assembly Center in Baton Rouge, Louisiana? Should be a great one tonight. This Donnybrook will begin right after this message.
I think I finally found.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Got a new house. It's looking pretty cool so far.
A place that I call home.
I'm teaching Louise how to cook some lasagna.
It only takes a spark to make a fire start.
Thank you.
Study, please.
I think I finally found a place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
Drew Willingham.
In this case, yeah, you put the blame on Kyle Shanahan for apparently not preparing the team enough for the overtime rules, supposedly.
Cole Johnson.
Peyton was considered the winner, and he was the darling of all darlings for Gerald.
With a special appearance by Tyrone Alizé McDummy.
Ain't nobody calling me. Text. Delete! 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 Delete!
Join these two football enthusiasts as they give you Total Football Talk. Live every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central on the Sertoba Media and the Comey Media YouTube channels.
Couple folks in the chat are asking, are we going to see the actual game? Because of rights reasons, the answer is no. That's why I'm doing an alternative play-by-play call of this game, because it is being carried by ESPN and their networks. In fact, it's on ABC tonight. There will not there won't be any showing of this game because it will produce a strike against not only my YouTube channel, but the Shady Sports Network channel, which is allowing me to bring my alternative play-by-play. I hope that answers your question. We're getting ready to get started here from Baton Rouge. Let's meet our starting lineups for South Carolina. They go with a 3-guard offense with Tanaya Latson, Tessa Johnson, and Raven Johnson. Joyce Edwards and Madina Okot complete their starting lineup. For the homestanding LSU Tigers, they go with 3 guards as well, 4 guards actually. They go with Flau'jae Johnson, Zakiya Johnson, Michaela Williams, Jada Richard, and in the front court is Amaya Joyner. Flau'jae Johnson leading the team in scoring at 13.8 points per game. And for South Carolina, it's Joyce Edwards, the one you have to watch, leading her team in scoring at just over 20, at close to 21 points per game. I beg your pardon. So we're just getting ready for the game to start. There's a broadcast in front of it, which I suspect is Texas Tech and Arizona in men's basketball. We're going to follow we're going to follow women's basketball all the way through to the national championship game in April. We've done it the last 2 years, People are starting to like it. We had fun covering Caitlin Clark for 2 years, and we're going to follow them all the way through to the national championship game this year. Let's take another break. We gave you your starting lineups, and when we come back, we should have the tip-off to tonight's game. It's South Carolina, ranked 3rd in the country, against LSU, ranked 6th in the country. Another break, and we'll come back with the start of tonight's ball game after this.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze god.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to, I can beat the black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel. Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy and now begins a future one of matrimony, or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another beating a dead horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central.
Being a doctor.
I think I finally found.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Mason.
Got a new house. It's looking pretty cool so far.
Finally found a place that I call home.
I'm teaching Louise how to cook some lasagna.
It only takes a spark to make a fire start.
Thank you.
Study, please.
I think I finally found a place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
Drew Willingham.
In this case, yeah, you put the blame on Kyle Shanahan for apparently not preparing the team enough for the overtime rules, supposedly.
Cole Johnson.
Peyton was considered the winner, and he was the darling of all darlings for Gerald.
With a special appearance by Tyrone Alizé McDummy.
Ain't nobody calling me. Text delete, 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 delete.
Join these two football enthusiasts as they give you Total Football Talk. Live every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central on the Surtoba Media and the Comey Media YouTube channels.
All right, here's the situation. We're waiting on the game to start from Baton Rouge. And if I'm looking at this right, the game in front of it is a men's basketball game. This game that we're covering tonight is scheduled for ABC. and it is South Carolina LSU, as I said in the opening. And the game that is in front of it, if I'm looking at this correctly, is Texas Tech and Arizona in men's basketball, because the feed is not available to us yet. So there is a delay. So we will keep you updated on everything that is going on, but we're waiting for the game to complete in Tucson, Arizona, with number 1 Arizona leading Texas Tech 64-61. Auburn and Arkansas men's basketball has gotten underway. We're waiting for the start of this one. And once it does get underway and we get the feed, we will bring it to you. Meantime, stand by, folks. We got basketball coming for you after this.
I think I finally found.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Mason.
Got a new house. It's looking pretty cool so far.
A place that I call home.
I'm teaching Louise how to cook some lasagna.
It only takes a spark to make a fire start.
Thank you.
Study, please.
I think I finally found a place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
Drew Willingham.
In this case, yeah, you put the blame on Kyle Shanahan for apparently not preparing the team enough for the overtime rules, supposedly.
Cole Johnson.
Peyton was considered a winner, and he was the darling of all darlings for Gerald.
With a special appearance by Tyrone Alizé McDummy.
Ain't nobody calling me. Text delete, 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 delete.
Join these two football enthusiasts as they give you Total Football Talk. Live every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central on the Sertoba Media and the Comey Media YouTube channels.
All right, here's an update for you from Tucson, Arizona. We're waiting for our game to begin with South Carolina and LSU in women's hoops. Texas Tech has just come back to take the lead on number 1 Arizona. That score is 66-64. There's a little over 25 seconds left in the ball game, so Arizona can run the clock out and go for the tie or the win. That's the game that's in front of us right now. And again, it's a 2-point lead for the Red Raiders of Texas Tech inside the Big 12. I think our feed is getting ready to become available. And we're ready to go. The game game's off right now. You folks are in the chat. Please do not post any spoilers. Want to bring this to you in full. All right. Jump ball was lost by LSU, so Carolina will get the first possession. We'll keep our eye on Tucson, Arizona, and see what happens there. They're doggone camera. Sorry about this. I thought I had this all together, then I decided to mess with it. There we go. And South Carolina gets the first bucket of the game from Tanai Latson. It was late. And the Gamecocks lead 2-0. South Carolina leads the SEC with a 10-1 record. Meanwhile, 2 full games. And Arizona has just tied up Texas Tech. At 66 apiece. Gonna have to make a change here. And now something. As Raven Johnson cans home. All right, we're in business. South Carolina in the white uniforms, LSU in the black. As Richard has it at the controls. Richard plays it down on the left wing to Williams. A 3-pointer on the way. Good. 5-3 our score. 8:40 for the first. Sorry for the feed get started for everything getting started late. But South Carolina has it at the controls to Joyce Edwards. On the right side, Tessa Johnson. Johnson on the drive to the right corner. Back out to Edwards at the top of the circle. On the left side, Raven Johnson. Johnson fakes. Plays it in the corner to Latson. Latson had the ball. Lost it. Got it back. Latson on the drive all the way to the hole. That shot rims out. Follow is good for a caught. 7-3 South Carolina. Now LSU has it to Johnson. Johnson to Joyner at the left of the key. Back to Richard, 20-footer ahead of the key. Good. That makes it 7-5. $7:49 left in the first quarter. South Carolina has it out front. Why is this not available? Never mind. Johnson cuts through. They get it to her left in the lane. Fakes, takes one bounce, comes back outside to O'Cott. She launches a 3. Rimming, no. Rebound, volleyball out of bounds. It stays with South Carolina. I know what to do. They look to bring it in, does South Carolina. O'Cott to Raven Johnson to pull the trigger. Baseline left, in play to Joyce Edwards. Edwards standing dribble out front now on drive left of the lane. Lean in, flip. Nope. Rebound taken down by LSU. And here they come the other way. Down a pair. 7:14 remains in the first quarter. Amaya Joyner brought down that rebound. Now Flau'jae Johnson has it off to the left on the drive into the right hand scoop. Missed. Rebound on the board. That bounce stays with LSU. And Flau'jae Johnson is wondering, how did I miss that? They're in overtime in Tucson, and Arizona and Texas Tech are still tied. This time it's 68. Richard to pull the trigger. Baseline left. In play to Johnson. A 3-ball from the left corner. Good. Their first 3-point goal of the game, and Flau'jae Johnson, their leading scorer, gives it to him. 8-7 in favor of LSU. Their first lead of the night. With 6:49 left in the quarter. Raven Johnson places it to Joyce Edwards on the left wing. Edwards on the drive, into the lane, all the way to the hoop. Bank shot no good. Rebound by Joyner. Off to Johnson. Johnson on the fly. In from the left. Lays it up. Nope. Rebound Tessa Johnson. TJ on the pushback the other way to Raven Johnson. Johnson finds O'Cott in the left corner. O'Cott dumps in. This is O'Cott down low. Spins to the lane and lays it up no good. O'Cott had the rebound. It's gathered in by LSU, and here they come back the other way. A 3 by Johnson. Nope. Rebound taken down by O'Cott. And now South Carolina will slow things down back the other way. There. Raven Johnson standing off to the right. They go low right for O'Connor. He goes to the hole, missed the layup. Rebound taken down by Richard. Back comes LSU the other way. On the fly, all the way. Lays it up and in. 10-7. Tigers have grabbed the lead. They've scored 5 in a row. 5:36 left in the opening quarter, and South Carolina counters with a basket. And they now trail 10-9. To Johnson, averaging 13.6 points per game. She just got that last basket. 10-9 our score. A bounce pass to Richard on the drive, left baseline, comes up shooting, had it blocked, Tessa Johnson the rebound. And now South Carolina looks for the lead right back. Latin at the controls. Over the top pass to Tessa Johnson. On the drive in from the left, lead in shot blocked. Cleared by Flau'jae Johnson. Flau'jae Johnson back the other way. Flau'jae on the drive in from the right. Now works her way to the right corner. Comes up shooting. Nope. Foul called. And Flau'jae Johnson shoots 2. And I believe this will send us to a timeout. It will. 4:55 left in the opening quarter. Kind of a chaotic start to our second game tonight, but we got it for you. 10-9. LSU up by 1. We'll be back after these messages on Snowman Multimedia Sports.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze car.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to, I can be the black people.
As he takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
Coming out of the gate, neither team shooting well. South Carolina, beg your pardon, shooting 4 out of 11, while LSU is shooting 4 out of 10. Each team does have a 3-point field goal to their credit. In fact, LSU has 2 of them. They're 2 out of 3. And South Carolina is 1 out of 2. And South Carolina has only hit 1 of their last 7 from the field. Let us know where you're listening and watching from, and we'll say hi to you on the air. South Carolina has won the last 17 matchups between these 2 teams. 17 matchups. Staley versus Moki in 2022. South Carolina's won all of them. And South Carolina's won 3 of the last 4 national championships. And the walk to the Maribits, the tailgate outside. You know, you rarely see this kind of tailgate for women's basketball. Well, you're seeing it tonight, especially with these 2 teams. Flau'jae Johnson rims the free throw, no good. 10-9, LSU with the lead. Second attempt on the way is good. And they're testing the decibel meter already. The great Holly Rowe on the sidelines, which means Ryan Rucco and Rebecca Lobo have the call. Raven Johnson dancing on the dribble off to the left. Out Tessa Johnson, a left wing 3, good. South Carolina regains the lead, 12-11. They're in front, 4:37 left in the opening quarter. Richard back at the controls. It's Richard along with Michaela Williams, Zanaya Johnson. A 3 on the way. That's good. And LSU, a field goal is good. 13-12 Tigers. Here comes O'Cott on the drive. Lost the ball, able to gather it in the corner. Out front, Joyce Edwards. Right side, Raven Johnson. Johnson holds and looks, whips a pass underneath to Edwards. Fadeaway shot, right baseline. Rimming, no. Rebound comes down to the Tigers as Amaya Joyner brings it down. And we get a whistle in the backcourt and a foul called on Tanaya Latson. There is not a seat to be had in the Pete Maravich Assembly Center. As we get a substitution as Mylasia Fulwiley, the former Gamecock, now checks in for LSU. So Tigers ball up by 1. It's Joyner, Johnson, Williams, and Fulwiley. Raven Johnson comes up with a rebound with a bounce to Joyce Edwards, flying in, lays it in. South Carolina back in front. 14-13. Back come the Tigers on the push. Mylasia Fulwiley at the controls, gets around the screen all the way, dumps a pass underneath. Layup is good for Zakiya Johnson out of Shelbyville, Kentucky. Zakiya Johnson has 6, 3 of 4 from the floor. And it's 15-14 in favor of the Tigers. Here comes Raven Johnson right of the lane. Had the ball poked away, ball on the floor. LSU comes up with it. Amaya Joyner has it. Now plays it ahead to Fulwiley. Mylasia Fulwiley in the front court finds Flau'jae Johnson. Flau'jae Johnson works off the Joyner screen. Johnson on the drive, backs up on the dribble, pitch out to Fulwiley, right wing, 15 to shoot. Fulwiley standing dribble, over the top pass to Amaya Joyner. Joyner holds and looks, 8 on the clock. Joyner on the drive, in on Joyce Edwards. Dump pass underneath to Flau'jae Johnson. She shoots it in. And LSU now goes up by 3, 17-14. 6 points for Flau'jae Johnson with 2:41 left in the opening quarter. And it's O'Cott who is down for South Carolina. Madina O'Cott, a 6'6" senior from Kenya. So O'Cott is okay. But she will come out. And in her place is Alicia Tornabes. South Carolina down 3, 2:38 for the quarter. Joyce Edwards at the controls, finds Tessa Johnson off to the right. Johnson, scissor dribble out front between the rings. Johnson on the drive, left of the lane, gets all the way in and shoots it up, no good. Rebound taken down by Joyner. Outlet pass to Fulwiley. On the fly right side. On the fly right side is Zakiya Johnson. Johnson comes up shooting right of the key, good. Zakiya Johnson on a roll. She's got 8. Actually, that basket is for Williams. I beg your pardon. And it's 19-14 LSU. 2 minutes for the first. Raven Johnson back the other way. Lays it up high off the glass. No good. Rebound taken down by South Carolina. Agat McKeer dumps it underneath, and the layup is good. 19-16. That ends a run. That ended a 6-0 run. Mylasia Fulwiley at the controls, dancing on the dribble against Mateer. Fulwiley comes up shooting, rimming, no. Rebound taken down by the Tigers again. They get another offensive rebound by Zakiya Johnson, but they're unable to capitalize. And now South Carolina can cut it to 1 or tie with the long one with 1:20 left in the first quarter. Mateer on the drive, right baseline, all the way to the hoop and lays it up, no good. Rebound, Joyner. Joyner hands to Fulwiley, 1:13 left in the quarter. Fulwiley walks it up. Across the timeline, front court to the right. Fulwiley standing dribble, comes out front to Johnson. comes out front to Williams. I beg your pardon. Williams had the ball poked away, headed out of bounds. Williams able to pick it up. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Williams on the fly. Pitch out right side. Full Wiley. That's Flau'jae Johnson 3. That's no good. Rebound taken down by McKeer. And South Carolina can get the lead. South Carolina 3 of 10 on layups tonight. Again, they shoot for the tie if they can get a 3. Joyce Edwards has it in the right corner. They dump it low to Raven Johnson. Shovel pass to Torbini. She shoots it up, no good. Full Wiley had the rebound, able to control it. Now brings it to Flau'jae Johnson. Johnson on the fly, left of the lane in the front court. They can play for one. No shot clock. But on the cut comes Mylasia Full Wiley. Layup, no good, but a foul called. And Full Wiley shoots 2 with 7.3 left in the first quarter. And Texas Tech has just won. They just scored the upset on number 1 Arizona, so Arizona will not be number 1 when the rankings come out on Monday. 7.3 left in the first quarter here. Mylasia Full Wiley gets ready. Free throw is good. 20-16. LSU with the lead. Full Wiley gets ready. The second attempt on the way is good. 21-16. 7.3 left in the first. They have it in play to Latson. Latson across the timeline. 3 seconds to Latson on the fly all the way in from the right-hander. Shot blocked by Joyner. It's out of bounds, and the quarter is over. So we are done with one, and we'll get our faculties together while we have this break. Your score at the end of one, LSU 21, South Carolina 16. We'll be back after these messages on Snowman Multimedia Sports. Hey, Chicago, it's time to climb. Excitement is in the air as we come together for something extraordinary. The Climb for Chris fundraising event, a celebration of strength, community, and unwavering hope. One of our own, Brother Rice class of 2009, a leader, a coach, a friend, a father, Chris Hilliard has spent his life lifting others up, guiding young athletes, inspiring students, and taking every chance to explore the world with his wife Lauren and their 1-year-old son. But in September of 2024, everything changed. Chris was diagnosed with a rare, aggressive brain tumor. Since then, he's been in constant, grueling treatment, traveling out of state almost every other week, from last-minute flights to long hotel stays to meals and rental cars. The bills add up fast. Chris is now a part of an international clinical trial, a treatment path that gives real hope. But staying in the fight means staying in the program, and staying in the program means more travel, more time away, and more mounting expenses. So now it's our turn to show up for him. Join us at Climb for Chris, featuring live music from Maggie Speaks, great food, drinks, raffles, and a community ready to stand tall. Every dollar raised goes toward Chris's medical and travel costs so he can focus on healing, not bills. Every $10 makes a difference. And if you can't give today, sharing the page helps more than you know. Chris is always the one who shows up when it matters. Now we climb for him. Be a part of the miracle. Be a part of the movement. Join us, support, pray, and share. Together, we climb. Learn more and contribute today at Climb for Chris by visiting climbforchris.com. (21-16) LSU leads by 5. As we head to the second quarter, LSU shot 8 for 17 in that first quarter. South Carolina 7 for 20. Both teams hit 2 3-point field goals. South Carolina in 3 attempts, LSU in 4. LSU has taken the only free throws in the game so far. Each team has only turned the ball over once. 13 rebounds for the Tigers, 9 for the Gamecocks. Tania Latson, Joyce Edwards, Okot McDowell, who's on the floor for the first time. And that's Isla McDowell, the 6'1 freshman from Cypress, Texas, who is on the floor. Second quarter begins with South Carolina in possession as Edwards finds Tania Latson. She goes all the way, lays it up, no good. Okot follows, good. 21-18. South Carolina climbs back to within 3. 9:40 left in the half. Malaysia Fulwiley at the controls. Fulwiley to Flau'jae Johnson, who's gone all the way. Williams has it between the circles. Williams on the drive in from the right, in on Okot. Fadeaway jumper. Good. It stayed home. It stayed home. 23-18. LSU by 5. Joyce Edwards at the controls finds Raven Johnson. Johnson takes a 3. Rimming in. Raven Johnson starting to cook. She's got 6 in the game, and it's 23-21 with a minute gone in the second quarter. Knox is on the floor for LSU along with Flau'jae Johnson, Michaela Williams, Koval, and Fulwiley. A dump pass to Knox. Back outside to Fulwiley. Back underneath, stolen by Okot. Chance to tie for South Carolina. Raven Johnson on the push. Front court to the left. Fulwiley on the drive. A bounce pass to Edwards. Kick out McDowell, 3 from the right. It's too strong. Rebound on the floor. Knox brings it down. And back comes LSU. Up 2 with 8:29 left in the half. AB Media joining us from Indianapolis, Indiana. And here's a steal, a long pass ahead. Layup, no good. Out of bounds. It stays with South Carolina with 8:19 left in the first half. In the game for LSU is Kate Koval and also Grace Knox. So it's Grace Knox, Flau'jae Johnson, along with Michaela Williams, Kate Koval, and Jada Richard. And Kim Mulkey wants a review. These tiger stripe uniforms of LSU, I absolutely love. They're black. They have the stripes mixed in. The numbers and letters are gold. So Kim Mulkey wants a replay of that last possession. She thinks the ball should belong to LSU, so they'll take a look at it. This might be a quick replay because it looked like it's off the hands of Raven Johnson. But they'll spend 100 seconds, and so will we. LSU 23, South Carolina 21. We'll be back after these messages on Snowman Multimedia Sports.
Join Ryan McCarthy.
I became a Jets fan because Kermit the Frog was my favorite Muppet because he was green, and the Jets wore green. That's how I became a Jets fan.
And Dustin Henry.
ESPN is cashing all in on let's pay a few personalities and we'll just kind of fill in the gaps.
As they walk you through all of the world of sports from their perspective.
The Albany Empire, it's a literal circus.
No credentials required. Where, Ryan, say the tag.
Where you don't need a press pass to talk sports.
Every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. On YouTube and where you can find all podcasts. Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy, and now begins a future one of matrimony or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another Beating a Dead Horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central.
Snowman Multimedia Sports Radio goes live full-time this Monday. Though you are hearing our broadcast tonight, we've been doing some testing. I've been doing some organizing, and we'll go live 24/7 this Monday. Snowman Multimedia Sports Radio, where you can hear Snowman in the morning, where you can hear the Brian Snow Show, and where you can hear all of our play-by-play. And we have a new YouTube channel, Snowman Multimedia Sports. That's where you can. That's where our play-by-play will exclusively be as we build that channel up. Right now, it's being simulcast on Snowman Multimedia Sports, and the Shady Sports Network. Shout out to the folks at the Shady Sports Network showing a lot of love today for both games that we have covered. And of course, you were with us earlier. You saw Connecticut pick up the pace and run away against Marquette. They beat them 73-56. In the first game of our doubleheader. So Kim Mulkey decided to use an appeal, and the call is overturned. Raven Johnson batted the ball out of bounds, so instead of South Carolina getting possession, LSU will gain possession. And that was a good call, as Raven Johnson was competing with Koval for the possession. So here's Koval with the right baseline. That's Richard with the right baseline jump. That's no good. Rebound taken down by South Carolina. Raven Johnson at the controls. A near travel by O'Cott, but it was the same foot that she moved and not her pivot. Raven Johnson between the circles, standing dribble, bounce pass to Latson. Latson hands it to Edwards. Back out front, Latson. Left side, Raven Johnson for three. Rimming, no. Rebound chased down by Raven Johnson, but it's out of bounds. Should belong to LSU, and it does. And Raven Johnson took a tumble, but she is up. That's good to see. I just love playing. I just love competition like this, you know. So she's still in. Richard back on the floor. Flau'jae Johnson at the controls. Out front it comes to Michaela Williams. Michaela Williams on the drive. Steps back. Dumps a pass underneath to Knox. Lays it up. No good. Blocking foul. And Kate Koval will shoot two. First free throw on the way for Koval is good. Kate Koval, the 6'5" sophomore transfer from Ukraine. She played at Notre Dame. She hits them both, and it's a 4-point lead. LSU 5 out of 6 from the free throw line. South Carolina yet to take a free throw. On the drive in from the left is Raven Johnson. Edwards had it picked off by Knox. Outlet pass Johnson. Johnson flying in from the right. Lays it in on Joyce Edwards. (27-21), 7 minutes remaining in the half. Raven Johnson at the controls, on the move to the right. Johnson keeps her dribble, now hands it to Tessa Johnson. O'Cott has it down low, and we get a foul underneath, and Kim Mulkey is not pleased with that foul call. Mulkey seeking LSU's first national title since 2023. Of course, the great Angel Reese's team that beat Iowa and hung 102 points in the championship game. Latson, Johnson, O'Cott, Raven Johnson, and McKeer on the floor for South Carolina. McKeer at the controls, out front, Raven Johnson, plays it right side, Tessa Edwards, three, too long. Rebound, volleyball around, comes down to Koval. Ahead it comes to Richard. Richard on the drive, in from the right, pulls out to the right baseline, had the ball poked away and stolen by Raven Johnson. Johnson on the drive, in on Richard, lays it up, no good, but a foul called. And Raven Johnson shoots a pair. Jada Richard picks up the foul, and that is her first. 6:34 remains in the first half. LSU 27, South Carolina 21. First free throw by Johnson, no good. Off the left side of the rim. 6:34 left in the half. 27-21, LSU with the lead. The second attempt on the way, in and out. Rebound, Flau'jae Johnson. Back comes LSU on the push. LSU averaging 97 points per game coming into tonight. Grace Knox has it up top. On the right side is Michaela Johnson. MJ against Latson, I beg your pardon. Michaela Johnson on the move to the right. 11 to shoot. Johnson works off the screen from Knox. Had the ball poked away, able to get it back. Michaela Johnson, 5 on the clock to Knox, 15-footer. Rebound, Raven Johnson. 27-21, LSU with the lead. Raven Johnson on the push, finds Tessa Johnson. TJ on the move, left. Back right side, Raven Johnson. Back to Tessa Johnson. A long three. Got it. Man, they needed that one because LSU was threatening to run away with it. Tessa Johnson has 8. The lead is 3. 27-24. 5:45 left in the first half. Richard at the controls finds Michaela Johnson. Michaela Johnson, standing dribble, now kills it, plays it underneath to Knox, whips it to Flau'jae Johnson, shoots it in. Flau'jae Johnson is on a roll. She's got a dozen, and the lead is 5. 29-24. Tessa Johnson, 3. Good again. Tessa Johnson's hit 2 threes. She's got 11. And the lead is reduced, 29-27. Back comes Flau'jae Johnson into the lane, 10-footer, good. 14 for Flau'jae Johnson. And the lead is 4, 31-27, and 5:13 remaining in the first half. Raven Johnson at the controls against Jada Richard. Johnson on the move to the left, finds Tessa Johnson, orders everybody to clear out. Michaela Johnson gets her. Now Latson has it deep on the right wing, 11 to shoot. Latson leans over the dribble against Flau'jae Johnson. Latson on the drive, bowls over people. No foul call underneath the Latson. She lays it in. So no offensive foul and no held ball either. Here comes Flau'jae flying in, lays it in. She's got 16 or 14. 33-29. LSU leads by 4. 4.5 for the half. Raven Johnson at the controls. Johnson on the drive, off to the right, spins in, 10-footer in the lane short. Ocott follows, good, and a foul called. Or no basket. The foul is on Richard. She's got 2 fouls. Amaya Joyner returns for LSU. So it's Amaya Joyner, Flau'jae Johnson, Zakia Johnson, Michaela Williams, and Mylasia Fulwiley. Raven Johnson heads to the free throw line. She's sitting on 6 points in the game so far tonight. Dawn Staley wants an and one. Not going to get it. Free throw good for Raven Johnson. That's the first free throw they've taken tonight. Actually, their third, beg your pardon. Second attempt on the way, good. South Carolina 2 for 4 from the free throw line. LSU 5 out of 6, and now Raven Johnson finally gets a breather. Latson, Tessa Johnson, Joyce Edwards, Ocott, and McKeer for South Carolina. Remember, LSU can gain a full game on South Carolina with a win tonight here at home. On the drive, bounce pass underneath. That shot off the glass, no good by Zakia Johnson. Blanked on the names momentarily. And Ocott the rebound, a chance for South Carolina to tie or get the lead with a long one. Here comes Latson. Latson out front, dumps a pass underneath to Joyce Edwards. Edwards spins on Zakia Johnson. Travel. So there goes that chance by the boards. Third turnover against South Carolina tonight. LSU has 4. 3:53 remains in the first half. It's LSU 33, South Carolina 31. Michaela Johnson brings it up on the fly, all the way in, lays it in. 35-31. 3:40 left in the first half, and now Latson brings it up. Fulwiley, 4 points off the bench. Latson in the front court, angles right, works off the screen from Ocott. Latson back left to Tessa Johnson for 3. Yep, she's hit 3 in a row from distance. She's got 14, tied for game high honors, and it's a 1-point game, 35-34. Michaela Johnson, scissor dribble off to the left. Michaela Johnson, left baseline, dumps it underneath to Joyner. Double pass underneath, layup no good for Zakiya Johnson, but a foul called, and Zakiya Johnson shoots a pair with 3:12 remaining in the first half. Zakiya Johnson has 2 free throws. First one here, no good. 35-34, LSU leads. They've led by as many as 5. So has South Carolina. So each team has enjoyed a 5-point lead in this game. Zakiya Johnson tries again. Good. It's a 2-point game right now. 36-34. 3:12 left in the first half. Latson brings it up. Inside the paint, South Carolina is 6 for 18. Outside the paint, they're 7 for 13. Got to keep our eye on that. Latson at the controls on the drive in from the left. Her shot's blocked by Full Wiley, cleared by Full Wiley. Outlet pass Johnson. 3-on-2 the other way. Flau'jae Johnson scissor dribble on Joyce Edwards. Lost the ball. And it's out of bounds. Which way? Belongs to South Carolina. Great play by Joyce Edwards. Great play by Joyce Edwards. Raven Johnson brings it up. She got a quick rest. Chance to tie for South Carolina. Raven Johnson, guarded by Full Wiley. On the switch. Here comes Johnson. Skip dribble. Picks it up right in the lane. Comes up shooting. Short. Johnson chases her own rebound down. Ball on the floor. Jump ball. Belongs to LSU. Mylacia Full Wiley, the former South Carolina Gamecock, has come in and did everything she is supposed to do. So save Full Wiley. Starters on the floor for LSU. Joyner, Johnson, Williams, and Full Wiley. That's their quintet. Tessa Johnson, Joyce Edwards, Okot, Raymond Johnson, and McKeer for South Carolina. Full Wiley with a bullet pass underneath to Joyner. Goes up, scores, and a foul called. That is Joyner's first bucket. She's got 6 rebounds in the game, but a free throw to come. That foul is charged to Joyce Edwards. That is her first. So Amaya Joyner heads to the free throw line. Amaya Joyner, the 6'2 transfer from East Carolina, misses the free throw. Raven Johnson at the controls for South Carolina in the front court. 2 minutes left in the first half. Johnson on the move to the right. Hands it off to McKeer. McKeer leans over the dribble, places it to Joyce Edwards, left of the lane. Joyce Edwards, low left, turns, shoots, scores. Joyce Edwards with 4. And the lead is 2, 38-36, and 1:45 left in the first half. Full Wiley out front to Michaela Johnson. Amaya Joyner sets the screen. Johnson on the attack, lays it in off the glass. And now South Carolina looking to run as Michaela Johnson had trouble getting back as she fell into the crowd. Here comes Joyce Edwards, had it stripped, no call. Back outside Raven Johnson for 3, good. South Carolina heating up from distance. They've hit 5 of their last 6 from distance, and it's a 1-point game, 40-39, and 1:12 remaining in the first half. On the right side is Michaela Johnson. Johnson holds and looks. Zakiya Johnson sets the screen, gets it back right of the lane, out to Full Wiley for 3, short, and the rebound taken down by Raven Johnson. South Carolina with a chance at the lead inside of the Fanatics' final minute. Out front is Tessa Johnson. Johnson on the left wing. Traveled, no call. Johnson on the drive all the way in. Lays it in, and South Carolina's in front. 41-40 with 40 seconds remaining in the first half of play. but LSU with a chance to go in front before the half ends. Michaela Johnson on the left wing. Michaela Johnson starts her dribble, left side, spins off the screen, spins back the other way, fakes, bounce pass out front, tipped, but a travel. So that chance goes by the boards for LSU. And now South Carolina with a chance to extend on a 1-point lead and 22.2 left in the first half. I would love to cover a game at the Maravich Assembly Center. Kim Mulkey is not pleased, and she will spend a timeout with 22.2 left in the first half. No, it's South Carolina that spends a timeout. It's a 30, and we'll keep it here. 41-40, South Carolina with the lead after trailing by 5 for much of this first half. And Michaela Johnson did travel. She had her pivot foot set. We're looking at the replay and then dragged it. That is the correct call. That is indeed a travel. She gathered in, had her pivot foot set, which was her right foot, and then dragged it. South Carolina 41, LSU 40. LSU led by LSU head coach is Kim Mulkey, formerly of Baylor, who produced the only 40-0 season to date in women's college basketball history. Down in the final 10 seconds, 9, now 8. Raven Johnson on the move to the right off the screen from Edwards. Johnson flips it right side to Edwards. Now back Tessa Johnson. Whips the pass back outside. Raven Johnson's 3 at the buzzer. No, and that's the half. So we're done with the half. And it has been a spirited one. Your score at the end of the first half. South Carolina 41, LSU 40. We'll come back with our halftime numbers after this on Snowman Multimedia Sports.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more so fans can fan.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze car.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to I can beat up black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
Mom was always very self-sufficient, but we started noticing things were off.
I was forgetting my responsibilities at work.
I told Mom we should visit a doctor.
Alzheimer's. It was hard to hear that.
Early detection gave us time to seek information and support as a family. I've never felt more connected with Mom.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about...
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze car.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do two circles, and that translates to, I can beat up black people.
As he takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, No, Pacific time zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Join Ryan McCarthy.
I became a Jets fan because Kurt the Frog was my favorite Muppet because he was green, and the Jets wore green. That's how I became a Jets fan.
And Dustin Henry.
ESPN is cashing all in on let's pay a few personalities and we'll just kind of fill in the gaps.
As they walk you through all of the world of sports from their perspective.
The Albany Empire, it's a literal circus.
No credentials required. Where, Ryan, say the tag.
Where you don't need a press pass to talk sports.
Every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. On YouTube and where you can find all podcasts.
Mom was always very self-sufficient, but we started noticing things were off.
I was forgetting my responsibilities at work.
I told Mom we should visit a doctor.
Alzheimer's. It was hard to hear that.
Early detection gave us time to seek information and support as a family. I've never felt more connected with Mom.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
LSU was shut out for the final 96 seconds of the first half, and they led 40-36 on a layup by Michaela Williams, but South Carolina scored the last 5, and they have the lead 41-40 in this top 10 matchup in the SEC. Take a look at our halftime stats. LSU 16 of 29 from the floor, 40% from distance, 2 for 5, 6 of 9 from the free throw line. That could loom large a little bit later. They had 6 turnovers, 19 rebounds. They had 3 steals, and 6 assists. For South Carolina, there were 16 of 36 from the field, 7 of 12 from deep, 2 for 4 from the free throw line. They finished with 4 turnovers, 16 rebounds. They had 4 steals, and they had 7 assists. Tessa Johnson led all scorers with 16 points. Medina Acott had 6 rebounds to lead South Carolina. Raven Johnson dished out 3 assists. It was Flau'jae Johnson who had 14 to lead LSU, and she got that early in the second quarter, but unfortunately, no one was able to give her any help, and Flau'jae Johnson went scoreless for the remainder of the first half. Maya Joyner, had 6 rebounds, and Jada Richard had 2 assists to lead LSU. We'll do a full team breakdown. Matter of fact, Tessa Johnson had 16, Raven Johnson 11, Joyce Edwards and Medina Okot each with 4. Flau'jae Johnson had 14. Michaela Williams had 9 for LSU. 4 for Malaysia Fulwiley. Zakia Johnson had 7. And Maya Joyner finished with 2 points along with 6 rebounds. To end the first half, South Carolina made 7 of their last 9 from the floor, and LSU made 6 of their last 8. But that last one gave South Carolina the lead, 41-40. And that's where we stand here at the half. We got some more stuff for you as we're at halftime. South Carolina 41, LSU 40. Our road to the Final Four in the national championship continues in the SEC tonight, and we're back after this.
I think I finally found.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Mason.
Got a new house. It's looking pretty cool so far.
A place that I call home.
I'm teaching Louise how to cook some lasagna.
It only takes a spark to make a fire start.
Thank you.
Please study, please.
I think I finally found a place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
Drew Willingham.
In this case, yeah, you put the blame on Kyle Shanahan for apparently not preparing the team enough for the overtime rules, supposedly.
Cole Johnson.
Peyton was considered the winner, and he was the darling of all darlings for Gerald.
With a special appearance by Tyrone Alizé McDummy.
Ain't nobody calling me. Text delete, 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 delete.
Join these two football enthusiasts as they give you Total Football Talk. Live every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central on the Sertoba Media and the Comey Media YouTube channels.
Mom was always very self-sufficient, but we started noticing things were off.
I was forgetting my responsibilities at work.
I told Mom we should visit a doctor.
Alzheimer's. It was hard to hear that.
Early detection gave us time to seek information and support as a family. I've never felt more connected with Mom.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze car.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to I can be the black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel. Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy and now begins a future one of matrimony, or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another Beating a Dead Horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central.
Being a doctor to
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Join Ryan McCarthy.
I became a Jets fan because Kurt the Frog was my favorite Muppet because he was green, and the Jets wore green. That's how I became a Jets fan.
And Dustin Henry.
ESPN is cashing all in on let's pay a few personalities and we'll just kind of fill in the gaps,
as they walk you through all of the world of sports from their perspective.
The Albany Empire, it's a literal circus.
No credentials required. Where, Ryan, say the tag.
Where you don't need a press pass to talk sports.
Every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. On YouTube and where you can find all podcasts.
$200 laps, 500 miles, and I'm going to be behind the headset board. It's the Daytona 500 tomorrow. Our coverage will begin at 1 p.m. Eastern Time with the green flag coming at 2:13 Eastern Time. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I've never called a race before, but I'm going to start tomorrow. And also, the folks at Snowman in the Morning, myself included, have made some picks for it. If you want to know more, got to tune into Snowman in the Morning each and every week, and especially on Friday when we make our picks for the races. Second half of this ball game coming up after this.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze car.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do two circles, and that translates to I can beat up black people.
As he takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
Getting ready righty for the second half of South Carolina and LSU as we will have live coverage of Women's March Madness as well. And we'll take you all the way to the championship game. LSU leads this series 22-21, but South Carolina has won 17 in a row in this series. LSU won 22 of the first 26 matchups between these two teams. If you're a team and you're playing one of your most bitter rivals, as these two are both well entrenched in the Southeast Conference, when someone's beaten you 17 times in a row, what's the first thing you want to do? You want to break that streak. I liken this to the Bulls and Pistons, because in 1989, the Pistons swept the Bulls 6 games during the regular season. And the first time they played at Old Chicago Stadium in the 89-90 season, the Bulls wound up winning November 7th, 1989. That's what is on LSU's mind right now. Besides everything else that hangs in the balance, they want to end this 17-game losing streak to South Carolina, and they want to pick up the pace in the standings. They can gain a full game in the standings. All right, we're ready for the third quarter. For South Carolina, Latson, Tessa Johnson, Joyce Edwards, Medina Okot, and Raven Johnson. For LSU, it's Amaya Joyner, Flau'jae Johnson, Sakia Johnson, Michaela Williams, and Jada Richard. South Carolina ball to begin the second half, and they have it on the right side to Latson. Latson had the ball poked away. Okot able to get it back. Back to Latson on the right wing, 11 on the shot clock. Latson with a spin off the screen from Edwards, picks up her dribble, pressure by Michaela Johnson. Raven Johnson dancing on the dribble, 3 to shoot, now 2, now 1. They get a shot. Latson tries it off the front of the rim, but LSU loses the rebound out of bounds. It will stay with South Carolina. So LSU finally gets a full 30-second defensive stop, and yet they're unable to corral the offensive rebound. And now Kim Mulkey wants a review, because now she's thinking that the ball went off of South Carolina. So she's taking an appeal. She is asking for an appeal. And she might have a point. Looking at the replay, it looked like it went off of Joyner, but it may have actually gone off of Okot. So we got another appeal. LSU won the first one. Will they win this one? We'll find out in a couple of minutes. South Carolina 41, LSU 40. 9:27 left in the third quarter. We'll be back after these messages on Snowman Multimedia Sports.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze car.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to, I can beat up black people.
As he takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
website, Snowman Multimedia and Snowman Multimedia Sports, is being rebuilt, set for a launch of March 1st. So check us out at snowmanmultimedia.com and snowmanmultimediasports.com, exclusive home of Snowman Multimedia play-by-play. We're waiting on an appeal from Kim Mulkey, and this call may get reversed because the call on the floor was that the ball went off of Amaya Joyner, and in looking at the initial replay, it went off, it looks like, off of South Carolina. Amaya Joyner clearly had the rebound, but it did go off of Joyner. Went off the back of her head. So South Carolina looks like, no, it won't. LSU wins possession, and Jada Richard brings it up. Chance for the lead for the Tigers, 9:20 for the third. Richard on the move to the right, plays it right side to Michaela Williams. Jump pass underneath to Zakiya Williams. She missed the shot. Zakiya gets it back. Follow-up jumper. Nope. Rebound caught. Two wild shots, and that's the Tigers' opening possession of the second half. Raven Johnson brings it up. Johnson works her way to the right. South Carolina right to left in the second half. White tops, white bottoms, black numbers trimmed in red. Here comes Raven Johnson on the drive right of the lane. Comes back out. Pitches it out front to O'Caught. Left side, Tessa Johnson. Johnson on the drive in from the left. Gets caught on the baseline. Whips a pass underneath. It is tipped. It's out of bounds. It'll belong to LSU. Another turnover against South Carolina. And that's their fifth. 8:45 left in the third. Jada Richard brings it up. Richard across the timeline into the front court, leans over the dribble with a wraparound. Now finds Michaela Johnson. Or Zakiya Johnson, I beg your pardon. Zakiya Johnson on the drive, right of the lane. Backs in on Joyce Edwards. Backs in, had the ball stripped, but a foul called on Tessa Johnson. And for Tessa, that is her second and the first team foul of the third quarter. It'll be Richard that'll bring it in. Baseline right. Comes in play to Michaela Johnson. Michaela Johnson works off the screen. Stops foul line. Comes up shooting. Rimming no. Rebound caught. Chance for South Carolina to stretch the lead as Raven Johnson brings it up. Raven Johnson in the front court. Finds O'Caught on the left wing. Underneath, Joyce Edwards had it. Got it back. Double fake. Goes up. Scores. Joyce Edwards with 6. And the lead is 3. 43-40. Joyce Edwards, their leading scorer at 20.3, only has 6 points tonight. Flau'jae Johnson with a jump pass right corner to Michaela Williams with 18 to go on the shot clock and a foul called on Raven Johnson. And for Raven, that is her first. (43-40). South Carolina leads by 3. Slow start to this third quarter. They dump it underneath low right to Michaela Johnson. Michaela Johnson backs in on Raven Johnson, dumps the pass underneath to Flau'jae Johnson. Fadeaway shot right baseline, no good. Rebound taken out by Amaya Joyner, goes back up. Nope, rebound caught. 3-point lead, and Raven Johnson hustles it up. Raven Johnson in the front court. Stops and starts, moves it right to the key to Tessa Johnson on the drive in the lane. Lean in, flip, good, and a foul called. Tessa Johnson with 18 and a chance for 19. And South Carolina has reestablished their biggest lead at 5. In fact, that's been the biggest lead for either team. Tessa Johnson, 18 points, 7 of 10 from the field, shooting for point number 19. .732 left in the third. Tessa Johnson gets ready and offers the free throw. Good. It was Tessa Johnson who picked up the pace in the second quarter and got South Carolina back in the game. So bridging the quarters, South Carolina is on a 10-0 run. Here comes Zakiya Johnson. In the lane, spins, fires. Nope, caught the rebound. Tessa Johnson on the push. Right corner to Latson, low right Edwards. Edwards turns and faces on Amaya Joyner. Fadeaway shot right baseline, no good. Raven Johnson had the rebound, out of bounds. It'll belong to LSU. So bridging the second and third quarters, South Carolina has scored the last 10 points. Tomorrow, Oklahoma and Alabama in the SEC. 10th ranked Oklahoma and 23rd ranked Alabama. And then Ole Miss at 18 goes to 14th ranked Kentucky. LSU is 0 for 6 here in the third quarter. They got to get something to stop the bleeding. 6:55 left in the third. Michaela Johnson off to the right. Johnson on the drive in the lane, lean in, flip, short. Follow Joyner. Good. That ends the run. And the lead is down to 4, 46-42. 4 points, 9 rebounds for Amaya Joyner. Raven Johnson directing traffic off to the right. Raven Johnson on the push now finds Joyce Edwards. Edwards moving right. Now finds Tessa Johnson. Low for O'Caught. Backs in on Amaya Joyner. Double fake, shoots it up, and out. Rebound, Jada Richard. Chance to make it a 2-point game or one with a long one for LSU. Deep on the right wing is Michaela Johnson. Michaela Johnson on the drive, in from the left, all the way. Jump pass right corner, stolen by Johnson. Back comes South Carolina on the push. Ahead it comes to Latson. Latson flying in from the right, in on Malaysia Fulwiley, and she shoots it in. Costly turnover for LSU. Tanaya Latson with 6 points in the game. 48-42, South Carolina. 5:55 left in the third. Malaysia Fulwiley at the controls off to the left. Bounce pass back left. That is trouble, but saved by Richard at the timeline. LSU looks so disjointed, but a foul called on Latson out front. And a great job by Latson with the up fake to get Malaysia Fulwiley out of the way. It's a 6-point lead for South Carolina, 5:44 left in the third quarter. Latson, 7 fast break points by herself. That's second in Division I. Grace Knox is back in the game. She has it off to the right. Oh, that's Hines. I beg your pardon. That's in the game. Here comes Hines on the drive, right of the lane. Fakes. Bounce pass to Malaysia Fulwiley. Dump pass underneath the Koval. And she had it stolen by Edwards. Back comes South Carolina. Edwards stops, pops. Good. South Carolina is on a roll. And Kim Mulkey wants a 30-second timeout. Wow. It was 40-36 late in the first half. And since then, they've only scored 6 points. They had a 4-point lead. Now they trail by 8. This is a 14-2 run. And that'll take us to a timeout. 5:15 left in the third quarter. LSU in trouble, trailing 50-42. We'll be back after these messages on SMS Sports. Hey, Chicago, it's time to climb. Excitement is in the air as we come together for something extraordinary. The Climb for Chris fundraising event, a celebration of strength, community, and unwavering hope. One of our own, Brother Rice class of 2009, a leader, a coach, a friend, a father, Chris Hilliard has spent his life lifting others up, guiding young athletes, inspiring students, and taking every chance to explore the world with his wife Lauren and their 1-year-old son. But in September of 2024, everything changed. Chris was diagnosed with a rare, aggressive brain tumor. Since then, he's been in constant, grueling treatment, traveling out of state almost every other week, from last-minute flights to long hotel stays to meals and rental cars. The bills add up fast. Chris is now a part of an international clinical trial, a treatment path that gives real hope. But staying in the fight means staying in the program, and staying in the program means more travel, more time away, and more mounting expenses. So now it's our turn to show up for him. Join us at Climb for Chris, featuring live music from Maggie Speaks, great food, drinks, raffles, and a community ready to stand tall. Every dollar raised goes toward Chris's medical and travel costs so he can focus on healing, not bills. Every $10 makes a difference. And if you can't give today, sharing the page helps more than you know. Chris is always the one who shows up when it matters. Now we climb for him. Be a part of the miracle. Be a part of the movement. Join us, support, pray, and share. Together, we climb. Learn more and contribute today at Climb for Chris by visiting climbforchris.com. Nine-two run for South Carolina has brought them to an 8-point lead, 50-42. A 9-2 run to start the third quarter. And if you bridge it back to the first quarter where LSU led 40-36, remember LSU led by as many as 5 in this game. And until now, that was the biggest lead for either team. This is a 14-2 run, bridging the quarters, and LSU looks so out of sorts. Full Wiley at the controls, plays it right side to Richard. Richard standing, dribble off to the right, works a right baseline, comes up shooting, left it short, rebound chased down by South Carolina, but a loose ball foul against South Carolina. I'm looking at a replay here. Kim Mulkey was letting her team have it. As well she should, because they are playing no kind of defense so far here in the third quarter. Baseline right, they look to come in. They come in. Baseline jump on the way is good, and that ends the run by Hines. 50-44. With the run that they had, it's a 6-point game. Bella Hines with her first bucket of the game. Raven Johnson at the controls. She has done the most damage at the controls for South Carolina tonight. Ocott set the screen. Johnson plays it to Edwards. Edwards on the drive in from the left. Lean in, flip, no good. Rebound, Knox. Outlet pass to Richard. Richard front court off to the right, driving all the way in. Scoop layup, nope. Foul called. Richard shoots 2. That foul is on Medina Ocott, and that is her second. That's what LSU has to do to get back in the game. They've got to attack the basket. 4:26 left in the third. Richard to the free throw line. First one here. And that's huge. That kills any kind of momentum that the Tigers have. Second free throw up, second free throw in. 5-point game, 50-45. Raven Johnson at the controls. LSU 7 of 11 from the free throw line as Johnson gets a free lane to the hole, lays it up, no good. Ocott the rebound, goes up, nope, foul called. And Ocott shoots 2. Foul is on Amaya Johnson. Amaya Joyner, beg your pardon. That's her first. 4 points in the game for Ocott. .65 senior from Kenya gets ready, offers the free throw, rimming, good. North Carolina Duke tomorrow in women's basketball. That's at 1. We'll have the Daytona 500, but we will definitely be peeking in on all these top-ranked games in women's college basketball. Second free throw is good for Ocott. She's got 6 points in the game, and it's a 7-point lead, 52-45, and 4:10 remaining in the third. Richard to Knox. Hines out front. Right side is Full Wiley, I beg your pardon. Amaya Joyner back to Knox on the drive in the lane. Hines lean in flip is good. Bella Hines with 4. And the lead is 5, 52-47, 3:50 for the third. If you're LSU, you got to get a couple of defensive stops, but a foul underneath on Bella Hines. And now Kim Mulkey is ready to explode. And Kim Mulkey will spend a 30-second timeout. And I think what Kim Mulkey has a question on is the fact that Bella Hines got yanked by Tessa Johnson. They were wrestling underneath trying to get position, and the foul is charged to Bella Hines. So LSU will spend a 30-second timeout, and they better be careful because now they're down to 2 timeouts remaining. (52-47), South Carolina with the lead and the ball. Edwards comes out front to Raven Johnson. Johnson holds and looks on the drive right of the lane, in on Richard, had it poked away, stolen by Fulwiley. Tigers back the other way, 3-on-2, now 4-on-2. Over the top underneath to Knox, she shoots it in. 52-49, it's a 3-point lead and 3:30 remaining in the third. Edwards in the front court, standing dribble, and we get a foul underneath on Bella Hines again. That's her second. And if that last foul on Bella Hines made Kim Mulkey snap, this one may do the same thing. Grace Knox with the last basket for the Tigers. (52-49), South Carolina in possession. Latson at the foul line. Fakes, comes back outside to McKeer. McKeer, foul line jump, short, rebound tip twice, comes down to O'Cott, spins baseline and lays it up, no good. O'Cott tries again. Her shot's blocked. O'Cott tries again. This one's good. 54-49, South Carolina by 5. O'Cott has 12 rebounds now. Jada Richard in the front court outside right. 13 rebounds. And we get a foul on the right wing against Latson. Tanaya Latson picks up the foul. Medina O'Cott has paid a ton of dividends for South Carolina tonight. She's got 8 points and 13 rebounds, 6 offensive rebounds. 54-49, South Carolina with the lead. Jada Richard, who split a pair of free throws last time, hits this one to make it a 4-point game, 54-50. The second attempt on the way is good, 54-51. It's a 3-point game and 2:50 remaining in the third. Latson brings it up against Richard. Tanaya Latson on the move to the right off the O'Cott screen, backs up 3-point stripe, picks up the dribble, dumps it low right to O'Cott, right corner McKeer for 3, in and out. Long rebound taken down by Amaya Joyner. A chance to cut it to 1 or tie with a long one, and they'll go for the tie. Fulwiley, she gets the 3. It's an air ball. O'Cott the rebound. You gotta have some patience on that possession. You got a whole quarter to go. 54-51, South Carolina. 3-point lead, 2:20 remaining in the third. Here's Latson on the drive, right baseline. Finds Edwards. Edwards, top of the circle, finds Tessa Johnson for 3. Bullseye! But an offensive foul will wipe it out. Joyce Edwards with the offensive foul. And for Edwards, that is her third foul. So the score remains 54-51 in favor of South Carolina. They have led this entire quarter. In fact, they took the lead late in the first half. It was the final bucket of the first half, and they've led ever since. Richard deep on the left wing. Chance to cut it to 1 or tie with a long one. Here comes Richard. Splits the double team. Comes up shooting at the foul line. No good. Rebound chased down by Latson. It's still a 3-point lead. Less than 2 to go in the third. Latson in the front court. Now backs up deep on the right wing. Guarded by Jada Richard. Latson works off the double screen. Works her way back to the left to Tessa Johnson. Foul line jump. Rimming no. Rebound volleyball high in the air. Comes down to O'Cott. Oh, caught with a baseline jump. That's an air ball. Knocks the rebound ahead to Richard. Again, a chance to cut it to one. On the fly is Joyner. She lays it in. It's a 1-point game, 54-53. Amaya Joyner, 6 points, 10 rebounds. 120 for the third. McKeer brings it up. McKeer hands it off to Latson. Latson on the drive in from the left, in the lane, 10-footer, good. 56-53 South Carolina, 1:05 left in the third. Tania Latson with 8 points in the contest tonight. Jada Richard at the controls. Had it poked away, but a foul called on Latson. And that's 2 free throws coming up for Jada Richard. And for Richard, she is 3 for 4 from the free throw line. That was a great pass from Richard to find a streaking Joyner flying to the hole for the layup. 56-53, 58.2 left in the third. And if you're Jada Richard, you got to have these. Richard gets ready with the first one. Good. 56-54, 58.2 left in the third. Now Richard with a chance to make it a 1-point game. She does. Jada Richard, 7 points in the game, 56-55. 55 seconds left in the third quarter. Raven Johnson at the controls, deep on the left wing. Fans making noise at the Maravich Assembly Center. Johnson at the controls out near the timeline between the rings. Johnson has it outside right. McDowell comes to set the screen. Johnson uses it, works her way left. Now breaks it down at the foul line. Comes up shooting short, but a foul called on Jada Richard. And for Richard, that is her second. And it's a bonus situation. Each team shooting free throws for the remainder of the quarter. 56-55, South Carolina. And remember, LSU trailed by as many as 8 in this third quarter. They got it down to 1, but free throws coming for the Gamecocks. First one here, good. And for Raven Johnson, she's got 12 points in the game. 57-55. The second attempt on the way, good. 58-55. 36.8 left in the third quarter. Richard brings it up. Richard across the timeline into the front court. About a 7-second difference. Shot clock to game clock. Here's Richard. Baseline jump from the right. Nope. Rebound, Raven Johnson. And that wipes out the shot clock. And that's a horrible shot if you're LSU trying to stay in the game. Now South Carolina with a chance to go up 5, and they can bleed the clock all the way down. 11 seconds, now 10. Raven Johnson at the controls. 8 seconds, now 7. McDowell sets the screen, gets it back. Left of the lane jumper is blocked. McDowell gets it back, forces the shot up. Rimming good as time expires. When you follow your shot, good things happen. And Isla McDowell closes the third quarter with a bucket that went all the way around the world and fell down. And South Carolina takes a 5-point lead into the money period. Your score at the end of 3. It is South Carolina 60 and LSU 55. We'll be back with the money period after this on SM Sports. Hey, Chicago, it's time to climb. Excitement is in the air as we come together for something extraordinary. The Climb for Chris fundraising event, a celebration of strength, community, and unwavering hope. One of our own, Brother Rice class of 2009, a leader, a coach, a friend, a father, Chris Hilliard has spent his life lifting others up, guiding young athletes, inspiring students, and taking every chance to explore the world with his wife Lauren and their 1-year-old son. But in September of 2024, everything changed. Chris was diagnosed with a rare, aggressive brain tumor. Since then, he's been in constant, grueling treatment, traveling out of state almost every other week, from last-minute flights to long hotel stays to meals and rental cars. The bills add up fast. Chris is now a part of an international clinical trial, a treatment path that gives real hope.
But staying in the fight means staying in the program. And staying in the program means more travel, more time away, and more mounting expenses. So now it's our turn to show up for him. Join us at Climb for Chris, featuring live music from Maggie Speaks, great food, drinks, raffles, and a community ready to stand tall. Every dollar raised goes toward Chris's medical and travel costs so he can focus on healing, not bills. Every $10 makes a difference. And if you can't give today, sharing the page helps more than you know. Chris is always the one who shows up when it matters. Now we climb for him. Be a part of the miracle. Be a part of the movement. Join us, support, pray, and share. Together, we climb. Learn more and contribute today at Climb for Chris by visiting climbforchris.com.
In the immortal words of Lawrence Tanner, here we go. The fourth and final period of our second game today. We got a ton of games to look at tomorrow, and we also have the Daytona 500 as our sports coverage will begin at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And of course, it was Mardi Gras, so they had a whole bunch of fun down in New Orleans or down across or in Louisiana. Period. Here we go. LSU has lost 16 in a row. Their last win was 2012, and the attendance was 4,676. They got a full house of 13,200 tonight. It's a 5-point lead, and LSU starts with the ball for the fourth quarter. Joyner, Knox, Johnson, Williams, and Richard for the Tigers. Here's Williams. Right side is Knox. Williams has it on the left wing. Williams dumps it low to Knox. Shovel pass underneath to Joyner, but a foul called. Tessa Johnson picks up the foul, and that is her third. It's Tessa Johnson, Isla McDowell, Raven Johnson, Dowda, and McKeer. The five on the floor for South Carolina, and they come up with a steal. Johnson, another steal. Raven Johnson brings it up. Turnovers have doomed LSU tonight, especially in the second half or midway through the second quarter. McKeer has it out front. Dancing on the dribble off to the right. Spins down the lane and on Joyner. Lays it up no good. And Michaela Williams the rebound. Williams brings it up. It's a 5-point game. Richard pumps a three from the right. Nope. And the rebound taken down by Knox. Back to Richard in the right corner. Richard backs up on the dribble against Tessa Johnson. 9 minutes left in the money period. Richard on the drive in the lane. Left-hand layup blocked by Latson out of bounds. 8:56 remaining. Bella Hines is back in. Mylasia Fulwiley back in for the Tigers. Michaela Williams goes out. Joyce Edwards back in. Isla McDowell out for South Carolina. Baseline left. Richard looks to come in. In play to Fulwiley. 20-footer right of the key. Nope. Rebound. Knox. Knox spins. Fires. Scores. It's a 3-point game. 60-57. LSU trails by 3. 8:45 left in the ball game. Raven Johnson at the control. She's gone virtually the entire way for South Carolina. Out front, Tessa Johnson between the circles. On the left wing is McDowell. A 3-point. McKeer takes a three. No good. LSU rebound. It's Michaela Williams. A chance to cut it to 1. Michaela Williams picked up their dribble. Now finds Richard. Foul line jump. Rimming, no. Rebound, Knox. Follow. Good. It's a 1-point game. 60-59. The last 2 baskets belong to Grace Knox. It's a 1-point game with 8:10 remaining in regulation time. Joyce Edwards off to the left. Now finds McKeer. Back to the left, to the right side for Raven Johnson. Tessa Johnson has it on the right wing. Works off the screen from Edwards. Tessa Johnson spins. pitch back out to Latson. Raven Johnson fires in. Blocking foul called on Grace Knox. And that means 2 free throws coming up for Raven Johnson. And for Knox, that is her first foul and the first team foul. Each team, 1 team foul in the fourth quarter. Raven Johnson heads to the free throw line. 60-59. Raven Johnson, the senior, knocks down the first one. The 5'9" senior from Atlanta to make it a 3-point lead. She does. LSU within striking distance. Raven Johnson's got 15. Mylasia Full Wiley at the controls, comes across into the front court, works it between the rings off to the right, guarded by Latson. Here comes Mylasia Full Wiley on the attack. A whip pass right corner. A Bella Hines 3. No good. Rebound Latson. She had a good look at it, but overshot it. 3-point lead for South Carolina. 7.5 remaining in the ball game. LSU only 2 for 8 from distance. Raven Johnson at the controls outside left. Johnson, a scissor dribble, works off the screen from Joyce Edwards, gives it back to Edwards on the attack into the hole, had her shot blocked, but a foul called. And Joyce Edwards shoots 2. That foul is on Grace Knox, and that's her second. So Joyce Edwards will shoot 2 more. Edwards, 8 points in the game, shooting for points 9 and 10, making her first trip to the free throw line. Edwards, the leading scorer for South Carolina coming into tonight, averaging over 20 points per game, close to 21, knocks down the first one. She's got 9 in the game right now. It's Tessa Johnson leading the charge for South Carolina with 19 points. So LSU has done a great job containing Joyce Edwards, but they haven't contained everybody else, including Tessa Johnson. The second attempt on the way, good. It's a 5-point lead for Dawn Staley and company, 64-59, and 7:15 remaining in regulation time. Second half, South Carolina 9 for 9 from the free throw line. At the free throw line, it's Michaela Williams, or that's Amaya Joyner. Joyner on the drive, in on Okot. Okot blocks it out of the way and blocks it out of bounds. 7 minutes remaining in this Donnybrook in Baton Rouge. 64-59. If you like what you're seeing and what you're hearing on the Snowman YouTube, on the Snowman Multimedia YouTube channel, and we get another foul out front, this time on Okot. That's her third. Do me a favor, folks, if you like the content, like, share, and subscribe to both Snowman Multimedia channels, as well as the folks at Shady Sports Network. And if you can, donate to the Cash App at $$Tallman Dr. K50, or drop us a super chat on our main channel. Richard fouled out front, and the call is made on Latson. .651 remaining in the ball game. And Latson will depart. Now they have it in play to Joyner. Joyner back to Michaela Williams. 20-footer, head of the key. Nope. Joyner the rebound. Back outside Michaela Williams. Dump pass low to Knox. She goes up. Nope. Foul called on Okot, and that's number 4. Victor Luck is with us saying I'm going with the LSU Tigers. Medina Okot has 8 points, but she also has 4 fouls. 1 more, and she's done for the night. We have been stuck at this score for a while of 64-59. So Okot would depart, which means a huge presence comes out for South Carolina. 6:41 remaining in the ball game. Grace Knox to the free throw line. Knox's free throw is no good. So now the best she can do is bring the lead down to 4. 6:41 remaining. You have to wonder how long they'll be without Okot, meaning South Carolina, for the remainder of this evening. The second attempt on the way is no good. And the rebound on the floor, taken down by LSU. Flau'jae Johnson back in. First time I've called her name in a while. Michaela Williams has it off to the right. 6.5 minutes remaining. Another shot for the Tigers to bring it to 3 or 2 with a long one. Michaela Williams fakes. Turnaround shot at the foul line. Rimming, no. Rebound on the floor, taken down by Latson. Michaela Williams has no points in the second half for LSU. Here comes Tessa Johnson on the drive, falls down on the dribble, ball free, gathered in by McDonald. McDonald comes back outside to Raven Johnson with 6 minutes left. Raven Johnson at the controls off to the right, works off the Edwards screen. Back left it comes to Latson for 3. No. Long rebound chased down by Joyner. Outlet pass to Williams. Williams on the fly, in from the right. But a foul call. That was Flau'jae Johnson flying in from the right. That foul is charged to Raven Johnson. And for Raven Johnson, that's only her second foul. Now you got to knock if you're LSU, you've got to knock these down. You cannot miss any more opportunities. Flau'jae Johnson gets ready. Offers the free throw. Short. Flau'jae Johnson yet to score in the second half. She's got 15 in the game. Free throw on the way. Good. 16 for Flau'jae Johnson. And it's a 4-point lead. 64-60. 15 for Flau'jae Johnson. That's her first point of the second half. They have taken Flau'jae Johnson out of the offense in the second half. Raven Johnson at the controls. Johnson with a bounce pass to Joyce Edwards on the right wing, 3-point stripe. Edwards on the attack, spins in from the right and lays it up, no good. Rebound, Joyner. Outlet pass, Flau'jae Johnson on the attack. Flau'jae Johnson on the drive, in from the right, steps through, all the way, lays it in to 2-point game. 64-62, ask it shall receive. Flau'jae Johnson now with 17. Edwards at the controls, now finds McKeer. McKeer scissor dribble off to the left. Now out front, Raven Johnson. Johnson on the move to the right. Johnson holds and looks. Now on the drive, in from the right, steps through. Had her shot blocked. Gives it to McKeer. A 3-pointer from the corner. Good! Oh, that's a huge 3. And the lead is back to 5. 67-62. South Carolina 8 for 17 from distance tonight. LSU is only 2 for 8. They have yet to attempt to make it 3 in the second half. Here comes Michaela Johnson on the drive. All the way, shoots it in from the right baseline. 3-point lead. Michaela Williams with her first bucket of the second half, but they fall asleep, and McKeer gets a layup. 69-64 South Carolina. 4:28 remaining in the ball game. Flau'jae Johnson has it off to the right. Flau'jae Johnson with a scissor dribble, looking for help. Now darts through right baseline, shovel pass underneath to Joyner. She shoots it in. 69-66. Amaya Joyner, 8 points, 12 rebounds tonight. It is this end where LSU has to make a stand defensively. It's a 3-point game, 4:07 left. Here's Raven Johnson, back to Edwards, 18-footer. No good, right of the key. Rebound, Jada Richard. Richard with an outlet pass to Johnson. Richard gets it back. Now Flau'jae Johnson on the drive, all the way, scoop layup. Good, it's a 1-point game. LSU is back in it. 3:50 remaining. Flau'jae Johnson with 19. And South Carolina wants time. I think everybody needs a breather. We got a good one at the Pete Maravich Assembly Center. 3:44 remaining in the contest. It is South Carolina 69 and LSU 68. Who takes this one home? We'll find out when y'all get back.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze car.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crown they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to, I can beat up black people.
As he takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, 5. No, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel. Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy, and now begins a future one of matrimony or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another beating a dead horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central.
Seeing a doctor together.
LSU is at 4 of their last 4, and it's a 1-point game as they trail South Carolina 69-68. And remember, in this series, LSU has lost 17 in a row. And I made the comparison to the Bulls-Pistons rivalry of the late 80s. Kim Mulkey imploring her team to get a couple of defensive stops. They've strung 3 of them together. And now LSU find themselves trailing by 1, 69-68. They got a couple of block shots also on this run. So now we find out which team has the closing energy. Tessa Johnson leads all with Tessa Johnson and Flau'jae Johnson lead all scorers with 19 points apiece. Bella Hines has come in for LSU and has done terrific. But now let's find out who closes this out. Tessa Johnson will pull the trigger. Foul line extended left. She looks to come in and comes and play to Joyce Edwards on the left side. Raven Johnson. Raven Johnson holds and looks. 18 to shoot. Johnson starts to dribble, comes out near the timeline now, attacks left of the lane, hands it off to Latson. Out front, Joyce Edwards. Edwards hands it off to Tessa Johnson. Johnson off drive, baseline goes all the way. They hoop and shoots it in. 21 for Tessa Johnson. There's part of the answer. Tessa Johnson has been the answer tonight for South Carolina. 71-68. 3-point lead. Jada Richard plays it right side to Mylasia Fulwiley. Out front, Joyner. Left side, Michaela Williams. In the left corner. Spin in the lane is Flau'jae Johnson. Missed the layup. Rebound on the floor. Flau'jae Johnson hustles it down. Ball is tipped and save out to Michaela Williams. Or Mylasia Fulwiley. Beg your pardon. Fulwiley on the right wing. 10 to shoot. 2:50 for the game. Mylasia Fulwiley on the attack. Into the lane. Lean in, flip. Bank, no. Rebound or caught. And a loose ball foul against Mylasia Fulwiley. That's only the 3rd team foul against LSU. So now South Carolina with a chance to extend on a 3-point lead as we head toward the bewitching hour in Baton Rouge. 2.5 minutes left. Raven Johnson out front. In the right corner is Joyce Edwards. Dump low right to a caught, spins in the lane and shoots it up no good. Amaya Joyner the rebound. That's her 15th. Michaela Williams brings it up. Michaela Williams on the attack. Left of the lane. Had her shot blocked by Johnson. Cleared by Johnson. Raven Johnson has it on the fly. Raven Johnson with a lob underneath to Joyce Edwards. Had it poked away out of bounds. And a foul called against Latson. Is it Latson or is it against Edwards? No, they give the foul to Raven Johnson. That's her 3rd, and that's the penalty situation. Remember, since women's basketball has gone to the quarter system, they play the same way they do in the NBA. You get 4 fouls before you go into the bonus at the 15th foul. So now a chance with the clock stopped for LSU to get some points. Malaysia Full Wiley to shoot 2. Full Wiley, 4 points in the game tonight off the bench. The first one here is good, 71-69. Another chance to make it a 1-point game as we find out which team has the finishing kick. 2:10 remaining in regulation. The second attempt on the way is good. It's a 1-point game, 71-70, and 13,200 stand is won at full throat at the Maravich Assembly Center. Raven Johnson off to the left. Johnson turns on the dribble against Malaysia Full Wiley. Here comes Johnson on the drive in from the left all the way, lays it up and in. Raven Johnson trying to take this game over herself. She's got 17. Out to Richard, a 3-pointer to tie. Nope. They have not hit a 3 in the second half. Here's Amaya Joyner, misses a short one in the lane. Ball out of bounds, belongs to LSU. With 1:39 remaining. LSU no field goals in the last 2 minutes and 31 seconds. Man, oh man. LSU can't buy a bucket. They especially can't buy one from distance. They have it underneath. It's taken by Flau'jae Johnson on the drive in the lane. Pitch out Joyner. Now to Williams. 20-footer right of the key. No good. Rebound taken down by Flau'jae Johnson. Here comes Johnson on the drive. In from the right. All the way to the hoop. Shoots it up. Nope. Follow. Nope. Rebound Joyner. They'll try again. Malaysia Full Wiley at the controls. A 3-pointer by Johnson. It's good, and they tie it up. Flau'jae Johnson with a huge 3-point goal. 21 for Flau'jae Johnson on the night. Or they made it a 2. It's a 2, not a 3. It is a 2. 21 for Flau'jae Johnson. It's a 1-point game with 1 minute left. Joyce Edwards has it out front. Plays it to Tessa Johnson. Johnson on the drive left of the lane. Comes up shooting. Rimming, no. Rebound taken down by Joyner. A chance for the lead in the second half for the first time for LSU. On the attack is Michaela Johnson. All the way to the hoop. Lays it up, no good, but a foul called. And Flau'jae Johnson shoots 2 with 45.5 left. Foul is charged to Joyce Edwards, and she is gone. Joyce Edwards fouls out with 45 seconds remaining. So LSU still cannot buy a basket from three-point land. Jeffrey asks, do you believe Jason Tatum will be back at the beginning of March? I don't think so. Kenneth Clark with us. How are you doing tonight? I'm doing good. And are we streaming the Daytona 500 tomorrow? Yes, I'm planning on it. Joyce Edwards fouls out with 45.5 seconds remaining. She finishes with 10 points and 1 rebound. The first 4 games versus South Carolina, Flau'jae Johnson averaged only 9 points and shot 40% from the field. Tonight, she's got 21 and is 9 of 17 from the field. And these 2 free throws can put LSU in front. 75% on the season. She's 2 for 4 from the line tonight. And now Latson will have to come out as they spot blood on her. And they'll have to clean that up. So Flau'jae Johnson, who was dead silent from the midway part of the second quarter all the way through most of the third, has come alive in the fourth quarter. She's got 7 points in the fourth quarter tonight. And now Dawn Staley has a question for the officials. And Flau'jae Johnson ready to take her 2 free throw attempts with 45.5 remaining. LSU has trailed the entire second half. They have not led since the final minute of the second quarter. They have a chance for the lead right now. Johnson's free throw is no good. Now the best she can do is tie it. Wow. LSU 8 for 13 from the free throw line. Second attempt on the way. Out! And the rebound caught. And timeout called by South Carolina. And that just may put the lid on this one. Flau'jae Johnson, who has come alive in the fourth quarter, 7 points in the fourth quarter, misses 2 huge free throws. LSU now 8 for 15 from the free throw line in this fourth quarter. Meanwhile, South Carolina is 9 for 9. It's a 30-second timeout, and we'll keep it here. LSU has 1 foul to give. They do have a foul to give. South Carolina has possession, and they have 1 timeout left. LSU 2 timeouts left. So the next jump ball will belong to South Carolina. LSU has lost 17 in a row to South Carolina. That's the longest streak versus any team in program history. They're trying so hard to break it. They've taken some crazy shots, wild shots that they should not have taken, and they've missed 5 free throws. 7 free throws in this fourth quarter. Or 7 free throws in the second half. 45 seconds left. South Carolina 73, LSU 72. And it's South Carolina with possession. Raven Johnson to bring it in. Foul line extended to right. Comes in play to Latson. Now back to Raven Johnson. 25 on the shot clock, 40 on the big one. And Raven Johnson standing dribble out near the timeline. Johnson turns on the dribble, guarded by Mylasia Fulwiley. Johnson on the attack. Whips a pass underneath to Okot. Double fake. Shoots it up. Banked it in. 3-point game. And now LSU is going to have to hit a 3 if they want to tie it up. With 25 seconds remaining. Brilliant possession by South Carolina. They used the clock and wore it all the way down. And Okot gets the basket. She's got 10 points. She's got 17 rebounds on the night. Foul trouble looks this way. Latson has 4. Okot has 4. They've already lost Joyce Edwards to fouls. Tessa Johnson leads them with 21. 17 for Raven Johnson. Okot, as mentioned, has 10 points and 17 rebounds. Latson has 8. And McKeer has 5. That's the players they have on the floor. For LSU, Flau'jae Johnson has 21, but she missed 2 big free throws. Flau'jae Johnson came in tonight a 75% free throw shooter. She is 2 for 6 from the free throw line tonight, including 2 big misses a moment ago that allowed South Carolina to extend to a 3-point lead. And remember, LSU is only 2 for 8 from 3-point land, 2 for 9, I beg your pardon, from 3-point land tonight. Meanwhile, South Carolina, 8 for 17, including Tessa Johnson, who is 4 out of 5 from distance. Raven Johnson, 3 out of 5 from distance. McKeer hit a big 3-point field goal to close the third quarter. So on the floor, it's for South Carolina, Tanaya Latson, Tessa Johnson, Medina Okot, Raven Johnson, and Isla McKeer. For LSU, Amaya Joyner, Flau'jae Johnson, Michaela Williams, Mylasia Fulwiley, and Jada Richard. Here we go. Foul line extended right. They look to bring it in. Michaela Johnson comes into Richard. They can wear this clock out. Here's a 3 by Flau'jae Johnson. Bank, no. Rebound on the floor. Out of bounds. Which way? Belongs to South Carolina, and that just may do it. Let's take a look. Tough to tell from this straight-on angle. We got another one coming from the corner. That's off of Raven Johnson. So this ball may go back to LSU. It's an official review that they're doing right now. LSU may get another shot. LSU won out of their last 9. And that one was a 2-point goal by Flau'jae Johnson. It's an official review. And from the angle I've had a chance to look at here on this screen in front of me, the ball should belong to LSU. Michaela Johnson and Raven Johnson were going after it. Oh, it may go to South Carolina after all, because it looked like both Raven Johnson and Michaela Williams hit the ball. So this is an appeal from LSU. The call on the floor was out of bounds to South Carolina. The officials are taking a look at it right now. We're going to keep this one right here. Oh, man, I can feel my heart pounding in my ears. 75-72, South Carolina leads by 3. 17.6 seconds remaining. Kim Mulkey is using an appeal because the call on the floor was South Carolina basketball. And LSU is out of timeout. South Carolina has 1 remaining. And LSU has 1 foul to give. This call should be upheld, and South Carolina should retain possession. And it is, because it hit off of both. It first hit off of Raven Johnson and then hit off of Michaela Williams. So South Carolina gets possession with a chance to seal the game with 17.6 seconds remaining. Joyce Edwards was lost to fouls earlier in this fourth quarter. Don't forget, tomorrow we will have live coverage. I'm going to call my first ever NASCAR race, and it'll be the Daytona 500. So I will say in advance, I don't know what I'm going to be doing. I don't know how I'm going to do it. And if there's lots of silence, forgive me. I'm learning this sport I'm learning that sport as I go along. Just like I did for all of my play-by-plays. I had to learn how to call basketball. I had to learn how to call football, baseball. But I already had the rhythm of those 3 sports. Then I started gaining the rhythm of hockey. Thank you, Pat Foley, for that. And now also to John Weideman, who's the radio voice of the Blackhawks. I've done a soccer game, indoor and outdoor, but I have never done a NASCAR race. So South Carolina just used their final timeout. So no one has any timeouts left. And LSU has a foul to give. Medina Okot deserves consideration for our player of the game. She's got 10 points and 17 rebounds. Tanaya Latson has 8 points. Both of those players that I just mentioned have 4 fouls. Okot has been huge for them on the boards tonight. Medina Okot, 7 offensive rebounds on the evening. You can tell Dawn Staley's nervous. She's biting the heck out of her nails. Here's a reset for you. 18.2 seconds remaining. Coming into tonight, the top five in the SEC was South Carolina, Vanderbilt, who picked up a huge win over Texas. Texas and LSU were also in the top five. And now they look to come in, and they come in play to Ocott out front. There's the foul there with 17.4 seconds remaining. And that's the last foul to give. So each team shooting free throws the rest of the way. (75-72) South Carolina. They look to come in, and they come in play to Ocott, left of the lane, and a foul called on Michaela Williams. And Ocott goes to the free throw line. First half, South Carolina was 2 for 4 from the free throw line. Second half, they've been perfect, 9 for 9. Either one of these two free throws seals the game for South Carolina. And it gives them their 25th win of the year, 11th in the conference, and 18 in a row over LSU. So the 6'5" senior from Kenya is ready. The first one is good, and this game's over. Missed opportunities for LSU, especially in the second half. And Medina Ocott with 11 points in the game and making a dozen as she hits two big free throws. And the two big misses by Mylacia Fulwiley tell the story. Here's a three-pointer from the left. That's no good. Rebound taken by Raven Johnson. She'll hold on to the ball. She dribbles out of traffic, and she's fouled with 7.2 seconds remaining. And South Carolina will make it 18 in a row over LSU. Raven Johnson, 6 for 8 from the free throw line tonight. And Dawn Staley is going to escape the Deaf Dome with a win. First one by Raven Johnson. Got it. 18 points for Raven Johnson tonight. Took her a while to get going. But Tessa Johnson rode to the rescue. Johnson again. That's good. South Carolina has hit all 12 of their free throws in the second half. Fulwiley with a three from the right wing. No good. Rebound South Carolina, and this ball game is over. So the final score in tonight's Donnybrook from the Deaf Dome, South Carolina picks up their 18th straight win over LSU. Final score tonight, South Carolina 79 and LSU 72. We'll be back after these messages with our post-game wrap-up after this.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Join Ryan McCarthy.
I became a Jets fan because Kurt the Frog was my favorite Muppet because he was green, and the Jets wore green. That's how I became a Jets fan.
And Dustin Henry.
ESPN is cashing all in on let's pay a few personalities and we'll just kind of fill in the gaps.
As they walk you through all of the world of sports from their perspective.
The Albany Empire, it's a literal circus.
No credentials required. Where, Ryan, say the tag.
Where you don't need a press pass to talk sports.
Every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. On YouTube and where you can find all podcasts.
Every team has that one team that they struggle against and just seem to not be able to beat. And for LSU, in women's basketball, it is South Carolina. South Carolina has just picked up their 18th consecutive win over LSU by a final tonight of 79-72. And now let's take a look at our final stats, they look like this. South Carolina shot 42% from the field, 47% from distance, 88% from the free throw line, including 12 in a row in the second half, 37 rebounds, 11 assists. They committed not only 9 turnovers. They had 6 blocks and 7 steals. They were led in scoring by Tessa Johnson, who will get our player of the game tonight with 21 points, and she becomes the first player for South Carolina women's basketball to score 20 points in back-to-back games versus an AP-ranked team against a very familiar player, Aaliyah Boston, who turned the trick in 2019 and 2020. Raven Johnson finished with 19 points. Medina Occult, who was huge for them in the post tonight, finished with a dozen. 10 points for Joyce Edwards before she fouled out. Tania Latson finished with 8. Agat Makir had 5. Ali Tornabees had a pair. And Isla McDowell had a pair. Mariam Dowda played, but did not score. For LSU, in a losing effort, they were led by Flau'jae Johnson, who had 21, 7 in the fourth quarter. She was shut out in the third quarter of tonight's game. Michaela Williams had 11, and those were the only 2 players in double figures tonight for LSU. Amaya Joyner had 8 points, but she also finished with 13 rebounds. Zakiya Johnson had 7. Jada Richard also 7. Grace Knox had 4. 6 for Bella Hines. Kate Koval finished with a pair, and Mylasia Fulwiley also finished with 6. They finished shooting 40% from the floor. They were 2 of 12 from distance, 14 of 23 from the free throw line, and that killed them. Not being able to knock down their free throws, especially when Flau'jae Johnson had a chance to put LSU in front, trailing 73-72. Flau'jae Johnson could not knock down the free throws, and that was basically that. LSU did not score again. Your final score tonight, South Carolina 79 and LSU 72, as South Carolina scores the final 6 points to end the game. Tomorrow, we start our broadcast day at 1 o'clock with coverage of the Daytona 500, and then we'll take a look at some women's basketball games from all throughout the country. Man, this was a good one. We hope that you enjoyed both games that we brought to you tonight. A shout out to the folks on the Shady Sports Network as well as the Worldwide Sports Radio Network for carrying our simulcast this evening. And thank you to the folks who tune in via Snowman Multimedia Sports and Snowman Multimedia. One more time, your final. South Carolina 79, LSU 72. South Carolina picks up their 25th win on the year and their 18th in a row over LSU. We start our party tomorrow at 1 o'clock with our wide coverage of the Daytona 500. Until then, my name is Brian Snow. I hope God blesses you every single day and every single night. Have a great one, folks, and I'll see you tomorrow for the Daytona 500, my first ever NASCAR race. Good night, everybody.
Preceding has been a presentation of Snowman Multimedia Sports.